doing. Okay, you guys, so right now the sun is at 25 degrees of Pisces. 25 degrees of Pisces. And that's why I'm so into music. You know, 25 breaks down to a 7. 7 in numerology is represented by what? Pisces. And we're near the end of Pisces, but we're on a Pisces day in Pisces season. It's a very Piscean day. Now, I don't know how many of you were into music today, but I can't even tell you how many times I danced today. Knee went out, came back in, knee went out again. Because I kept dancing, right? That's what I'm saying. It's that kind of day. Now, on top of the sun being in like the Pisces degree of Pisces, we have the moon in the Sagittarius degree of Sagittarius, which is 9 degrees. And Sagittarius and Geminis are both known for dancing. Sagittarius rolls the thighs, by the way, so that's why. But I bet a lot of people danced today. I just have a feeling it was just one of those days. Lots of people danced, right? I know I did. So as I mentioned, we got the Pisces sun at 25 degrees. We got the moon at Sagittarius at 9 degrees. What this is telling us is that the moon is about to square the sun. And it's going to happen within the next day, within the next 10 hours, 20, 15 hours or so. I would say the next 10 hours. Be aware of that. That's going to be a square. Squares aren't nice. People don't like squares. I don't like squares. No one likes squares. They're stressful. So there could be some stress tomorrow. Sunday could be stressful for some people for a lot of reasons. Maybe it's just, the whole thing about gathering a bunch of people together in one room now is, well, in some, here in Washington State, it's illegal to gather more than 250 people. So tomorrow might be stressful, going to church or not going to church or leaving your home or, all those types of issues. Very Sagittarius and square Pisces. So I think we're going to be dealing with that. A lot of people are going to be dealing with that issue over the next 24 hours. Like, wait, how do we even go out to worship? So, yeah. Mercury's at 29 degrees of Aquarius. That is a fate degree. It's about to go into Pisces. Now, the thing is, it's been in Pisces and then it went all the way back to Aquarius. I'm so upset over Mercury. Mercury has gotten on my nerves over the last month. I just want y'all to know that. It was already in Pisces at 12 degrees, went all the way back to Aquarius. So upset. The only good thing about it going back to Aquarius is I think if you had any type of brilliant idea that you left behind, I think you had a chance to go back and pick it up. And you guys, I have to warn you that somewhere during the making of this video, I may have to put on shades. I'm noticing my eye is starting to blink. And I don't know how many of you guys know what's going on with me, but I'm supposed to have eye surgery, but they said that, unless it's life-threatening, you're not supposed to have surgery. So I'm probably not going to have it on the 6th. But my eye, especially this one, it just like rapid movement. Even when it's open, it's like it's jumping. It's not too bad right now, but if it gets really bad, I have to put the glasses on. So just be aware of that because the glare from the computer starts to get to my eyes and I can already feel that it's starting. So why don't we go ahead and just work on doing that now. And let me see which glasses look the most fashionable because, a sister has to have more than one pair. In fact, I was in one of my groups, I think it was Black Women Promote, there was a girl who has a eyeglass fashions. Girl, we have to talk. We got to talk about you and your fashions. Because first of all, someone like me, I need the glasses. These are my Jackie O's. I wear these like around the house all the time. I'm going to name them now. They all got names. These are my Jackie O's, And so I only wear Jackie. Well, I wear her around the house all day. So like if I have anything to do, I'll wear Jackie around the house. Because it really does cut the glare and I can wear her inside. And I guess she adjusts, she's not like the real dark ones. And I got the Ray Charles ones and all of those and Stevie Wonders, but I don't wear them. I don't know why I had to name them. They all have like different names. So this one, this is the one because my pink lipstick. This is perfect for today, right? With all the pink, and I wear her a lot when I do the readings because this is why I love wearing her because first of all, well, she's fashionable, right? She's got her little pink on and whatever. But I think what I love is that when I'm doing the readings and when I'm looking down, you guys like you can see my little crystals. Can you see me pointing to my crystals? Here, like got my little magic crystal here. See that crystal? Can you see it through my glasses? See that? See that? See, you can see through my glasses. So I really kind of like that. I really do. So but it helps because some people, I don't have a computer where, you know, I can point it down and show people the cards and stuff when I do the card. So this is really helpful. And you guys, as usual, I'm so sorry. I still need to get new undergarments. I'm sorry. I can tell you exactly what the problem is. The problem is I'm in the midst of losing weight again. So I'm in that weird space between like a size 40 and a size 38. And I've got some 38s and I can wear some 38s, but they still like they're tight. I want to lose. I don't want to be all constricted like an iron lung. Like I mean, if I don't have to wear that 38, I'm putting on the 40. I'm just saying. If there's no reason to wear that 38, just saying. I got a couple of 38s, but I got to fight them 38s. I'm just saying. So I might have to just either get some more, you know, maybe that are a little bit different model or make, you know, something that's not too tight on my little self. So anyway, talking about that, I got carried away with the glasses and whatever. So let's get back over here. I got lost and off of the subject altogether, didn't I? So let's go back to where the planets are. And let me tell you something. What I just did is very indicative of where Mercury is about to go. Mercury at 29 degrees of Aquarius is a fate degree, but it's seconds away from going into Pisces at 1 degree. And when it gets into Pisces at 0 or 1 degrees, I think even though it's direct, the confusion of Pisces Mercury is still going to be there, whether it's retrograde or not. Like the confusion of it all is still going to be there. The possibility of deception and delusions and illusions and magic, you know, the magical thinking, all of that is there. And it's not going to go away because we got to go back through Pisces. And this is the horror of it all. So everything that we've been through over the last month, you know, we did it in reverse. Now we got to go back over it all over again. Right. So if there's some confusion, if there's something that maybe you were supposed to send something or sign documents or close a deal or something of that nature, and you feel like you didn't get a chance to do it, now that Pisces, you know, the Mercury is going back into Pisces, it's direct now. We're going to get back on to track. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. Okay. So all that just to tell you that. Venus is at 10 degrees of Taurus. Wow, it has really trekked through Taurus pretty quickly. I mean, it's all the way up to 10 degrees already, which amazes me. It's like I blink my eyes and it's already at 10 degrees. So Venus is, you know, already almost out of the first decade of Taurus, which is amazing. And Venus is at home when it's in Taurus. I think some people may, okay, several things that can be going on. I can tell you, I'm just going to stop right now. Venus in Taurus, no wonder there's been hoarding. My goodness. Venus in Taurus is like the symbol of hoarding. Like when I think of an episode of Hoarders, I think of Venus in Taurus. That's what this is. Oh, no, no, no. Mama can't have this. Oh, y'all, hold on. Hold on, y'all, for real. I'm serious. My lighter went out, and I need to light the sage. I have to light the sage because of everything that's going on in the world. So hold on for a second. Give me a moment. Give me a second, y'all. I was in the bedroom and just heard Hip Hip Hooray by Naughty by Nature. I have not heard Hip Hop Hooray in years. You know that song? Hip Hop Hooray! Ho! Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho! Hip Hop Hooray. That was the jam back in the day. Okay, you guys. Thank you for your patience. I had to walk away and do that. Sorry. I forgot to put music on. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So as I was mentioning, Taurus, Venus is in Taurus, has been in there. We're at 10 degrees of Taurus as of today. And when I see 10 degrees of Taurus, Venus, well, first of all, Venus is at home. I need y'all to see my eyes when I talk to y'all about this, because this is serious. I mean, I don't want to expose my eyes, but I have to tell y'all this so you understand what I'm saying. Venus, okay, is at home. Okay, Venus is at home in Taurus. It is the epitome of greed. The epitome of it. People are going to be more greedy now than at any other time probably of the year. And what we've seen over the last couple of weeks is the greed is beyond words. I mean, there are some people who have had, I think they found a couple with $70,000 of hand sanitizer in their house, or, you know, just hoarding and greediness and, you know, just having stuff, just to have stuff, just getting things in the house, you know, extra toilet paper. We've done a little bit of getting things too, but not to that extent. I just wanted to make sure we had some things. There have been people who have just been obsessive with it. Like my daughter was upset about me and the 50 bags of popcorn, but I get 50 bags of popcorn every month. That's not abnormal. Now, if I got 3 or 4 boxes, then that would be not normal, right? But I always go through that amount of popcorn. I live on it. That's what I do. But I mean, it's like 1 ounce, not the big one. Do you know what I'm saying? But if, let's say, if you got 50 bags of the big popcorn, well, as one person, are you really going to eat that much, really, in a month? Like, really? So stuff like that. We've been dealing with issues around wealth, right? The stock market, very Taurian, second house money issues. People have been concerned about the stuff they have. People with the stuff or the money are buying it at a insane rate right now. And I think that after we separate ourselves from this Taurus Venus, it's going to be a lot better. But we've got the rest of the month for sure to deal with this. I think it goes into Gemini sometime in April. So, you know, just be aware, this is what we're dealing with, you guys. We're dealing with this type of greed. It's like an insatiable hunger that can't be fixed or filled. And some people may feel that, like, there's not enough water, there's not enough sanitizer, there's not enough, you know, food or whatever. And that fear may become a very real thing over the next few weeks. Be aware of it. And just know there is a astrological reason behind it. Some people may not understand it, like the obsession with the stuff right now. Like there's a real obsession with stuff. And I'm sure a lot of people have noticed it, but they can't really understand why it's happening. And I'm here to tell you that it's Taurus, okay? Venus and Taurus all the way, all right? Just need to let you know that. The other thing that I foresee, I mean, we've got Mars at 19 degrees of Capricorn, and Venus is moving very quickly, maybe a little quicker than Mars right now. And even though Mars and Jupiter are technically conjunct, I see that I believe Venus is going to be catching up very shortly. Now, that is actually good and bad. It could indicate more overabundance, if you understand what I mean, like overabundance. So be aware of that. Like with Mars on Jupiter like that, That's overabundance right there. Like Mars is saying, grow, get bigger, do more, get more, hoard more. And nothing is unchecked right now. So, but Venus is going to come join that party because it's moving pretty quickly. It's almost at 11 degrees right now. So it's almost within striking distance. I would say by next week, we're going to be feeling that. And that Venus trining, that Mars and Jupiter conjunction, the greed, man, the greed. I would say also watch your stuff. I mean, because I hate to even say this kind of thing, but you know what? This is a time. Greed is a very horrible thing, um, because it brings in other things like coveting. And it may be a situation where people might get jealous of what you have or covet what you have or feel that you have more than them. We're going to see a lot of that type of mindset going on. Maybe some issues dealing with money and things of that. So it's an amazing situation. So I want people to really pay attention to this. I do think even though Mars and Jupiter are like kind of like growing a little big in their Capricornian Jupiter Marsness. That's the big business, right? The whole big business thing. Businesses are falling apart almost. Everyone's running to do business differently, running to do business from home because they can't do business outside the way they're used to. So there's a lot going on with business, with big business, with Pluto in Capricorn at 24 degrees, almost conjunct that Jupiter. We're really seeing that transformation that Pluto talks about. We are regenerating the way we do business. And I just want to stop for a moment and let all of you guys know, anyone up there who has an entrepreneur business or has a home business and they just need services, I do provide a multitude of services, a multitude. So reach out to me because I also provide business services. I'm talking anywhere from website development, content creation, video creation. I just purchased an agency that allows me to turn websites into apps so that you can have a fully operational app on, you know, like Google Play or something. So reach out to me if, you know, whatever you need, because a lot of people are going to have to change the way they do business, right? Okay. So Saturn is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, and that's pulling away from that Capricorn party that's going on right now. It's like within 5 degrees of Pluto, but it's still like pulling away because it's on its way to go into Aquarius, which it's going to do very soon. We're at 29 degrees and 26 minutes. We're less than a minute away from Capricorn leaving its own sign and going into its co-sign of Aquarius. This is major, you guys. I want everyone to understand that we're in the midst of a major 28-year cycle that we will not see again for another 28 years. All the things that are occurring are rare, especially when you look at what's been going on with the stock market, the fall of the stock market, which I knew was going to happen because of Saturn being in Capricorn and Capricorn being the sign of big business. Big business has taken a hit, but I'm going to tell you what is not going to take, well, maybe it will. What will take a hit, I believe, in 2020 will be technology. It'll either be more work in it, but let's look at this realistically, right? So right now we have a huge dependence on the internet, our communication, dealing with people. Heck, all my relationships are on the internet. They really are. I know some people in town, but most of the people I know are like in Texas or something. And that is the life that we've created over the last 10, 15 years with using the internet for, you know, like Facebook and Instagram and even MySpace and LinkedIn. It's changed the way we live our lives. No longer, you know, are we really alone in the world. As long as we have the internet, there's always a multitude of people in our lives. But what if something were to happen? What if we were, well, I was telling my daughter, okay, I don't want to scare people, so I don't want to take it too far, but I had said, as she saw the show Revolution, and a few years ago, there was a show that was on called Revolution. I don't know how many people watch that show. And I don't know if anyone even knows that I'm here because it's like 12 o'clock at night somewhere. But Revolution was a show that was based on what happens if um, we lose electricity. What if we lose that ability to power up the things that we take for granted, like phones, televisions, radio stations, internet service? In the show, it was pretty devastating because it really showed our dependence on electricity for everything. It was a pretty devastating show. In essence, it took us like back to the 1800s, really, without electricity. So it was a really interesting uh, concept. I believe that because we're dealing with Saturn in Aquarius, there's two scenarios that could occur. One, it could hinder um, like computer, internet, um, all type of technological things. It could really hinder that in some way because Saturn is restricting, Saturn is constricting. It makes certain things more difficult, and that could be an issue. The other thing that Saturn rules more than anything, though, is work. And I can see where Saturn in Aquarius is going to spur on, I believe, great work in the areas of like technology. So I believe that that is the secret. I mean, it may be that because of an inability to work outside of our homes for the most part, that we're going to have to put a great deal of work into creating a stronger, more stable Saturn, stable stability, security structure in technology. This could be more companies that are, everything. Like I said, turning almost every website into an app or app-like situation where they're easily accessible. There's so many different things that we could or might have to do because Saturn is going into Aquarius. So please be aware, just like, you know, Wall Street, some people thought Wall Street couldn't fall, but when Saturn went into Capricorn, we saw Wall Street dip lower than ever before. And that's very indicative of Capricorn Saturn. Okay. So when Saturn is in Aquarius, I would expect the same thing, but I would expect it in the area of technology. The other thing is Uranus. Uranus is at 4 degrees of Taurus, and this is making a sextile to the node, which is at 4 degrees of Cancer. I talked about this the other day. You know, I don't know if stability is as easy to come by as it may have been in the past. So there could be, especially when it comes to money. Uranus and Taurus is unstable money. Instability with possessions and what you own. And a lot of people are feeling that instability with possessions and what they own. There's instability. The people are trying to hoard things because they sense of or that vibe of instability, unstable, okay, situations around them. Okay, the best way to put it. Neptune is at 18 degrees of Pisces, and that is still making aspects to Jupiter in Capricorn and Mars in Capricorn, in particular Mars in Capricorn right now. But Neptune sextile Mars, I mean, I think in a way it's positive. I would say don't act on something just because you had a dream about it. Don't act on it until you have all the facts. That's really important because you might get that urge to just like jump off that cliff and do that thing, and it may not be a good idea. Next, like I think I mentioned, we have Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn, all by its little lonesome down there, and the North Node at 4 degrees of Cancer, and Chiron at 4 degrees of Aries, which is square the node in Cancer. So I've talked about that before, and there just could be some issues with having to learn lessons about deeply hidden pains and in wounds that we have inside of ourselves. Depending on where Aries falls in your chart, it'll let you know where that wound is. Okay. And that's 4 degrees of Aries. Okay. So, you guys, this has been my take on where the planets are in the night sky. I always come and talk about that no matter what I do, because I want to make sure that I discuss where the planets are. And if anyone wants to get a reading with me, as I always tell you, now what you have to do is send your donation to me so I know that you want a reading. And once I get a donation, I'll see your name on the email and I'll know exactly who it is that's, getting that donation to. And then I can do your reading that way. If I don't do a reading for you tonight and you did send a donation, then I can do it for you on another night. In the interim, what I'm going to do is just have some fun, because that's all this is about tonight, is just having fun. And I think what I will do is I'm going to pull up a couple of horoscope charts, and then I'm going to do a couple of readings. I'll do that. How's that? See what I'll do here. See. Wonder why, who I've got an urge to look at right now. Let's see. Let's see here. Is anyone calling out to me? It's too many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the cards, because it's too many that's calling out to me, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, unless someone particularly has something that needs it, it'll be easier for me to just do it this way. So my eyes, you guys, it's a lot on my eyes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a couple of these, do a couple card readings. I'm going to definitely do Gemini. I'm going to tell you why I got to do Gemini. Oh. Sorry. I don't like doing that. Oh, wow. 3 of them, 4 of them fell out. I think I'll use these. Yeah, I'll use these. Page of Swords, 2 of Cups, the Moon, and the King of Cups reversed. Nah, let's go ahead and do another. Let's get that together. I'm gonna light up some more sage as well. Just one of those days. I think I'll put on some relaxing music too while I do this. And let's find out the day that let me put on something relaxing. Uh-oh. Over the vice on the little thing. Let's see. See what this. Okay. I'll put that there. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do these. Let me just start here. Just wonder if any names come out to me. Go ahead and cut these. I'm gonna do the sign of Gemini first because I missed Gemini like in 2 readings. I noticed poor Gemini hasn't had a reading. But I'm gonna do a reading for Gemini just to make sure I hook Gemini up, okay? Because I'm like, how am I gonna forget Gemini repeatedly? I've got a progressed Gemini moon. Matter of fact, let me see exactly where my moon is progressed in Gemini. Hold on. Let's see, progressed Gemini moon. Put these in here before I do it. Just want to check something out. What is that progressed moon? Oh, it would be right there in the 6th house. Is it all the way? Work, of course it's work. Between the 5th house and the 6th. Is that the 5th or the 6th? It's almost in the 6th and the 5th house. See, I've been dealing with love issues. I have. We all know that. And it's going to go from love and children issues to just work and health issues. So let's hope it's good work issues and, you know, not bad health and work issues. I've got the North Node in the 6th house and Palace in the 6th house. So I've been dealing with that anyway. But, you know, having my moon in Gemini, you know, dealing with nervous issues, especially around love, just been too nervous to really get into any serious love with anyone. It's just been a real pain in the butt. You know, hard to really explain. So what is it you like to tell Gemini, Divine Spirit? Let me know what you're trying to tell Gemini. Let me know. I'm sitting here and oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to assume that was going there. I don't even know if I need anymore. I'm going to take all these cards. Because this is obviously a message of some kind. Right. Okay. Seeing what direction these all are. See what it is trying to tell this person. Hold on, let me just see if there's any other messages before I call it a day. Let me just make sure, because that's a lot going on, and it all came out at once. And I just, yep, there was that one. Oh, what is happening? Wow, what is this message? What kind of story is this? Wow. I think I'm, I mean, when you get a storyline like that, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to break these into several stories. I think this is it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with what I got because it's a lot of cards. It's definitely 2 stories. Like I can't even believe all these cards. Let me just make sure I get them in the, you know, in the order and direction going in the same direction. Now, this was the second pile, but let me just see something. Let me see here if I lay these out. How many are we talking about here? So first hand, these would go here on the bottom. So let's see, this is going to be my first hand here. I know exactly what I'm doing. I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm doing. Hold on, you guys. Sorry about that. I just got my theory on how I do things. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I got it just the way I need it when I tell this story. Because Lord knows, this gave me an exact date. 2 hands perfectly. I can't believe it. Couldn't make it up if I wanted. That's beautiful. Okay, I knew it was 2 hands. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to save that for the second. First, we're dealing with Gemini. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and do this here. Hold on 1 second. I'm in kind of. So wait. Oh, shoot. What did that just do? Okay. So, wow. Sorry. So you guys heard me say that my moon is at 25 degrees of Gemini. And, well, you know, progress moon. The sun is at 25 degrees of Pisces, which means it's square the moon, or my progress moon. My progress moon is square the sun. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, I mean, I want to, I hope, and yeah, there's no way. Like, come on. So we're going to, and I'm hoping I got it the right way. If I turned it upside down, that would be weird, because that would have meant every other card except for that card was upside down, and I know that can't be it. So we're going to go ahead and start with this reading, which I'm already feeling a certain kind of way about what's going on with these cards. This is for the sign of Gemini. Gemini. So the first card I got for you, Gemini, is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, Gemini. Queen of Cups. Okay. And the Queen of Cups is emotional. I'm going to read to you what, I'm going to use Miss Cleo because she's my favorite one. I like her reading. Her explanation is quick and easy. Loving female, a need for beautiful possessions around her, a good counselor. So already I feel like they're talking about myself, but I said I had Gemini moon. Indicates a person or situation where devotion and love are present, and it may indicate the presence of paranormal abilities. Oh my goodness, they might as well be talking about me here. So the first card we got was that Queen of Swords, or the Queen of the Cups. But the next card we got after that Queen of Cups, sorry, I want to make sure I got it the right way, was the Hierophant. The Hierophant. That's Taurus, normally. And so, you know, you could be dealing with a Taurus person. This could be that it's something very stable, or it could deal with marriage. It could be some tradition or something that we're dealing with. That's what's crossing you, by the way. Is that Hierophant? And then we got the Nine of Swords. This is indicating that maybe due to that Taurus, that Hierophant, or you know, maybe something to do with your marriage or lack thereof, that some of you have been crying. You have been sad, you've been worried, you've been up all night. You've been trying to deal with this and figure out how you're going to fix things. Let me read to you what it says specifically for the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. It is a card of many meanings, depending on its surrounding cards. It can represent miscarriage, desperation, broken promises, deep mental depression, dreams, nightmares, difficulty sleeping. It's a very stressful time. So this could have something to do with you and that Hierophant, that Taurus, right? That could be what's causing your stress. Because this is telling my story so far. Next, you got the Seven of Staffs. This is a card of integrity and fortitude. So whatever is happening between you and your marriage, or you and that Taurus, you and responsibility and structure, you're supposed to have integrity about it. Okay, and fortitude. You know, live in your integrity. Remember that. And next, you got the Four of Coins, or Four of Pentacles. And the one thing about this card that gets me, it's like, it's telling you in a way to hold on to what you got. If what you got, you want, hold on to it. Be territorial, be materialistic. If it's a person, be possessive, because this is the time to do that. Like, this is mine. Mine, all mine. Okay, so do that. Hold on to what you got. And I'm getting here that you're about to be unbound, unchained from something that has bound you. You've been locked in a gridlock on something that has bound you in some way. And you're about to rid yourself of that. I'm going to read this Eight of Swords in reverse, the official meaning of this Eight of Swords in reverse. So you have that. Eight of Swords in reverse is a card that signals confusion and disruption. But in reverse, it's a similar meaning, but in addition to confrontation and, wow, and disruption and confusion and jealousy and insecurities and troubles, there could also be some public embarrassment and some confrontations at the hands of others. So, when I look at this, I'm thinking, wow, this is still matching my story, right? So I don't know how many other Geminis have been going through this, but whatever you're going through, whatever embarrassment or, confrontation or restriction or whatever it is that you've been through here, just know that you get the Sun next. The Sun. This is a darn good card. This is, the I win. I love that little kid. I win. I win. You're going to win whatever is going on. You're going to win. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus. Gemini. You've been going through it, but you're going to win. And I think you're going to get a message. It's the Page of Cups here. You're going to get a message. I always, I'm going to read the specific Page of Cups reading so you can have a good idea exactly what it says here for the Page of Cups. It is a short stature male, sometimes stocky, often in need of assistance, dependent, good heart. You might find yourself having to, it's a good friend. So you might, a good friend. This is the good friend one. So that's that Page of Cups. A good friend that gives you a little bit of, comfort, short stature male. You can see that, someone who's been in your side. And here's the Wheel of Fortune. This to me is indicative of, like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything. There's all kinds of things going on. There's changes going on. And I'm going to read that Wheel of Fortune to you so you can understand about these changes that could be occurring. And this says personal journey, happiness, positive results, opportunity, abundance, prosperity, luck, advancement, and destiny. New events bring positive changes. Your life continues. Look for opportunity and expect success, possibly the conclusion of a recent event for the better. Start fresh and look for abundance. And then we got the Three of Swords. So it's telling you to start fresh and look for abundance. But I think the main reason you're starting fresh is because you had to deal with a third party. You've been stabbed in the heart. Like there's three people in a relationship, or was probably, and it didn't feel good. I'll let this go, right? You've been through something when it comes to this heart situation. So let me read this Three of Swords to you so you get an idea of, what it's really trying to tell you. A card of sadness and hurt feelings. Someone could have hurt your feelings, Gemini. It could have been someone you trusted. It could have been that. It could have been a Taurus. Could have been a Hierophant. It could have been someone you're married to. But they hurt your feelings. You get a sense of loss or missing, unanswered questions, abrupt separation, a broken heart, whether in a relationship or life, an ending of an affair, a bitter heartbreak. Take care of your emotional problems, Gemini. When I look at this first pile, I relate to this first hand so well, Gemini. Sounded like my marriage. Me being a Queen of Cups, I gave and gave, loved, but you can't love by yourself. And that could have been something that you were going through with that Three of Wands or Three of Swords there. There could have been someone who just didn't give back the way they should have. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter because you're strong. You've got strength. You've got strength. You got the Fortitude card before in integrity, and now you got strength. Don't let anyone deter you, no matter what someone tried to do. You got strength, and then you got the Ten of Wands. You've been through a lot, and it sometimes feels too heavy. It might feel like I worked and worked and worked, and what did I get? I put in so much, and I didn't get nothing back for it. But this is saying that if you just keep at it, one more day, you may get what it is that you've been working for. So don't give up. And that may be the perfect relationship. Look at that. You've got the Two of Cups. I don't know if this is your relationship back. I don't know if it's the same relationship, but it definitely is a relationship. Definitely. Because no one can take what's meant to be yours, and you're meant to have this Two of Cups. And when you get that, here is the Three of Pentacles. This is, this is probably even indicating possibly marriage here. But at least I think they said it's someone of, I'll read it to you, the Three of Pentacles, so you get a better idea. It's the Three of Coins. A card of career and self-employment. Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins. Okay. Also, a new career choice. A great deal of time required with little compensation, though. Be aware of that. It may take some time to get what you want. There will be much need for work and the skills to succeed. Okay. And then you got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. Now, I saw several definitions of the Two of Swords. She sits there with her eyes blindfolded and the two swords out in front of her, like, don't come near me. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear you. If you come near me, I'm going to stab you, that kind of thing. But it's actually a card of honor, respect, affection, strong friendship, physical closeness, reliable source of strength. There is strength again. There it is again. A choice between two things may occur. Look for people who offer friendship and mutual respect for guidance. I'm going to say this. If you suddenly find that you have a choice between, say, two partners, let's say, and one partner treats you well with respect, or let's say one really indicates that they want you, like they've made no bones about it, like you're the one that I want, you're the one I want, ooh 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 honey, that one. And the other one is kind of like, I'm not sure, I might be playing, I got a couple on the side, I don't really know if I really want to commit. Let that go and go with the one that wants you. Like, why suffer, why fight? I'm not going to fight for anyone, I'm going with whoever's going to honor me. The next one is the Knight of Swords. And this is always an indication of fighting. That's what I'm saying. If there's a situation where you're dealing with, say, someone who's got more than one person, right? There's fighting going on, confusion. I'm going to read the Knight of Swords, you know what it says, but this is what I know it to mean, fighting. Charging ahead, anyway, charging ahead. I'll read this Knight of Swords to you. A card of battle, confrontation, defense, bravery, competition, and challenge. Now you had strength, fortitude, integrity, and strength again, and now you got bravery, competition, and challenge. People may fight over some issue. The fight may occur so quickly that the real issue is lost. Sometimes it indicates a young man who may need help in a situation. And I'm telling you that fighting is no mistake, because right after that, you got the Ten of Swords. Someone's either stabbed you in the back or about to stab you in the back or trying to stab you in the back or something. You might be recovering from that. And I think because someone stabbed you in the back, they're going to get judgment. You you're going to get over this, okay? This has been judged. It is the final verdict has been made, and whoever did you wrong is going to pay for what they did. And I don't think it's you that did wrong, because next you got the star. You're a star. You're going to win. I don't care what they did. Okay? But you have to constantly worry, not constantly worry, but just be on the lookout for deception or Capricorn. I just feel like when this popped out the end, I'm like, oh, it is my reading for my moon. I don't know. But it could just be, watch out for either a Capricorn or someone who's trying to deceive you, or, in some way, or be deceptive toward you. Watch out for deceptive practices. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay? So these are two distinct messages. Either way, like the one where you're strong and you start out with the devil or end up with the star and the devil. I feel like, I don't want you to be deceptive or have deceptive practices, but just know that you're the star and you have strength, and you can overcome just about everything because of your belief and your bravery. And in the first reading, you were the Queen of Cups, and it was crossed by the Hierophant, which is Taurus, and it ended up with the Three of Swords. And it reminded me of my own story. I was married to a Taurus, and he, Three of Swords to me. So Queen of Cups may be dealing with that, recovering from something of that nature. But remember, you are strong, and you're strong. You can play the game too. You got that devil at the end. Just don't be, don't do anything deceptive. Don't do anything to hurt anybody. You just know that you got this, okay? All right. So Gemini, I hope that resonated with you in some way, because I've got some other readings up on YouTube, and I realized I didn't have any readings up for Gemini. So I just did 2 decent readings for you, Gemini. And that's 2 distinct messages that were there for you, Gems. And I really hope, I really hope that you guys get whatever you need to get out of those messages, okay? All right, so I'm going to actually do a reading for Aries, and then, yeah, Aries, because it's Aries season, right? we're at the tail end of Pisces season, and in several days we're going to go into Aries season. And I think we're just a few days away. And I wanted to just do something for Aries, just to you know, prepare them for, like, you know, hey, it's Aries season. You get yourself a special reading, Aries. Okay, so let's see what I got for Aries. Aries, I'm going to pull some cards out for Aries. I want to get that one there. Oh, Lord. Aries. What we're telling Aries. Oh, 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 there's a message for Aries. Tell me what we're telling. Aries. Tell me what we're telling Aries. Ah, I don't know why I gotta make the noise. Why do I have to make the old down home noises when I do the cards? Doon 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 doon. Doon 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 doon. Tell me what we're telling Aries. Bum 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 bum. What we gotta tell this child? Bum 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 bum. Well, I know I got a story. It's gonna take a while. Boom boom boom. Aries. Boom 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 boom. What were you gonna tell Aries? Boom 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 boom. Aries. Boom 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 boom. Oh, what were telling? Oh, why? What was that? Okay, this is my. They got an entire storyline, and I don't understand it. It's just all over the place. They just had a bunch of cards, blah blah blah, and another one wants to come. Last time, because that's a long story. Oh, Lord, is that really? Nope, that's it. Okay, so let's see what's going on, because it was on the top. Oh, okay, it's gonna go on the top. This is way too many cards. What kind of storyline is this? Okay, sorry to curse it out. It is way too many cards. I don't know why to sit up there and let all the cards come out like and tell all the story. Just telling all the story. There's all kinds of stuff came out. Like, really? I didn't realize as many cards have fallen. Oh my God. Oh, another long story. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ooh, that is leader number one. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. Make sure we got it like that. Make sure we got it in the right direction. Make it. Okay, so I can do this. Okay, got these exactly right. There we go. They're ready. And then we got this. Ooh, my goodness, Lord. Lord have mercy. Oh, that's exact. That's the second time I got two exactly. You know, the Lord is a mysterious Lord. Isn't that funny? Second time that happened. I mean, there's always themes like that, and this is exactly what happened tonight. Got two readings again. Okay, so we're going to do this for this one. We're going to start over here. We got two readings for the sign of Aries. It just happened that way. You got enough card for two whole readings. I kid you not. Matter of fact, I'm going to just light up a little bit of sage before I go on to Aries and adjust myself. Lord, all of this going on here. All of this. So upsetting. You guys don't lose 300 pounds. Well, first of all, don't get to a point where you have to lose 300 pounds. Let's just say that. Did not get to the point where you have to lose 300 pounds. I was the other day. I was talking to my cousin, and she was like, "Oh, you're the size you were when you were in Alaska." And I meant to say when I first got there. Like, yeah, when I first got there. I was one of those women that I had. Once I had my daughter, I fought that 100 pounds for 25 years, and that 100 pounds turned to 200 pounds, and then 300 pounds, and I just could not get under 500 pounds for years. And then something happened, and one day I was under 500, and next I was under 300, and my goal now is to be 130. So we'll see. You know, if I don't get to 130, I'll take 150 or so. I'm cool with that. I don't need to be skinny anymore. You know, it's so funny. When I started this out, I thought, oh, I want to be skinny. And as you can tell by my little fat face, I had a lot of potatoes for dinner. I did. I ate well. But I don't necessarily think I want to be skinny anymore. I want to be healthy, attractive, and healthy. I think being attractive and healthy is way more than being just skinny. That's not a goal. My goal is to be sexy. So it doesn't matter, you know, as long as I'm gorgeous, I'm okay at any age. I'm whatever that means when you're my age, you know. So let's get started on this for Aries. We've got it all worked out for you, Aries. And so we're going to start here and tell your story. So the first card we got for Aries is the Ten of Pentacles. You know, Aries, when you get the Ten of Pentacles like that as your first card, I feel like whatever is going on, you're going to be successful at it. You're gonna win at whatever it is that you set out to win. You're going to be successful at this. There's no doubt about it. And I think that, you know, you're going to most likely get, I think, maybe a message or some kind. Let me look at this King or Knight of Pentacles. So I want to give you the exact, because you actually got a couple of knights out, one after the other. And I'm like, what? What is it with the knights? So this one is honor. Often military militia background, a man of honor. That's what that is. And it's a person who's willing to assist, a person who's dependable, a person who you can trust, a person who can guide you, a person who is willing to help you. Um, you can approach your task with great planning and execution right now, and organizing, planning and organization. So whatever you do, I think in order to get the Ten of Pentacles, right? In order to get that Ten of Pentacles, you've got to execute great planning and organization. So work that out, how you're going to do that. Great planning and organization. And then after that, you've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. And I'm going to read that to you, you know, so you get a good vibe for the Knight of Cups. This is a card. This is the one that's the notification. The letter or proposal of employment or invitation. It's a person who gives you an offer. And the offer could be a job. It could be love. It could be something, a venture. It's something that's so good that you're not going to want to say no to it because it's too good to say no to. And, you know, I can tell you for myself because, you know, I've got my progress ascendant in Aries. So I had an offer from someone I already had agreed to do some work with, but she had given me an offer to take over, you know, running her fashion magazine and her fashion portion of what she does. And well, I was like, okay, because I love fashion. Everyone knows that. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That type of thing. And this may be something that has to deal with work. You know, this is about going in one direction. It is about being organized. It's about being prepared. I'm going to read the Eight of Staffs to you, but just know it's about going in one direction in organized way. But I will read it out, so I give you the exact reading here. This is a card of powerful movement, hastened action, anticipation of a positive outcome. Things can now begin to move very quickly. You may face some jealousy from those who see your success. So you have to be careful of that. And of course, you have to be careful of this one. Isn't this the Yeah, this is the one. Be careful who you trust. This is, this is two cards that are telling you about strategy. This is about strategizing. This is a card of strategy and preparedness, the Nine of Staffs. It's patience and tenacity in order to succeed. Sometimes you have to be patient. You have to have tenacity. Problems of your past may haunt you. Enemies may be near. Be very careful with who you trust. Take what you have learned from the past now and use it. Okay? So be very careful with this. But I believe if you plan and you organize and you prepare this just right, I really believe that you're going to have some modicum of success. Here is the Three of Cups, which to me is always indicative of working with other people. This says this is the completion of a matter, a reason for celebration. It's an opportunity to heal and to grow and quiet peace. So no more worrying. A problem has been solved, and now it's time to celebrate. Enjoy the moment. Favorable outcome is predicted. Okay. Oh my gosh. And as if that wasn't enough, then you got the Four of Staffs on top of that. That is a peaceful, harmonious family and home. You have something good coming, Aries. Very good. These are back-to-back good cards. Four of Staffs, peace of mind, positive energy, success, easy movement, anticipated marriage, home life. A great deal of positive energy is here. Success and peace are present. A marriage is indicated, and this card is concerned with home. So, wow, we're seeing some possible success in your work life, your home life. This is just successful. And here we got the Two of Staffs, and this is some uncertainty. So you are a little unsure about things. You might be unsure about which direction to go, where to put your energy and effort into, right? That's that uncertainty. It's reflection on your past. It's what you did, like actions and choices that you've done in the past, self-assessment, and the emotions that follow. It's time to reflect on your choices before making any decisions. Consider your past and how it affected you and how it relates to the current situation. So that's important. And then you got the Page of Cups. This is a message. I'm pretty sure that Page of Cups. Let me look that up. I'm pretty sure that's a message right there. Right, the Page of Cups. No, this is, I always get him wrong. This is the short stature male, right? There could be a short stature male that you have to help out as much as that person helps you. I mean, they're trying to come and help you, but you might have to help that person out. Like they might not be as much help as you need. And the other thing is that you're going to have to get out of that indecision mode. You really are. This is the Four of Swords. Let me read that Four of Swords to you. I know that I believe is indecision and some issues there. The Four of Swords is indecision and doubt. Yep. A card of constant worrying, restless sleep, and loneliness. It can show a need for time away from negative situations. There's some positive illness. You got a lack of sleep. You just need to pull yourself away from that situation. That's actually the end of my first reading. You started out with the Ten of Pentacles. It was crossed by that Knight of Pentacles. And then it ended with the Four of Swords. So you've got the Ten of Pentacles there, right? With the Knight of Pentacles. And I just want to read that again, just so I make sure I got it in my mind before I say what I'm about to say. Right, this is the honor. This is the honor and organization and planning. So here, you've got this Ten of Pentacles, right? And you've got this Knight of Pentacles right there and a Knight of Cups right behind it, right? And it's just saying that you've got to organize, you got to plan. You've got to structure all of that. You can't just sit around in indecision and uncertainty waiting for things to happen. Ain't nothing going to happen if you land on your back. You see all the swords coming down on you, you better get up from there and start doing stuff, because you got this 10 of Pentacles. This is your real destiny. Go for those 10 of Pentacles, because you got good things coming. So go for them. Don't, get yourself together, all right? Get your plan together. Get yourself organized. Believe you can do it, because you can. And I really believe that with all my heart. I really do. So as I mentioned, there were actually two sets of cards because so many came out. And it turned out that they both made two complete pyramids, two complete spreads. So the first card on the second spread was the Sun. Like I said, you got the 10 of Pentacles on the first, and you got the Sun on the second. These are your starting cards. These are indicating you. This is what you bring to the table. So no matter else what's going on around you, Aries, you have the potential of winning. Okay? It doesn't matter what's going on around you. You still have the potential for winning. And then we got the 10 of Wands. I've seen that, like I said, there's always themes, but here it came out again. And this is a card of struggle. This shows that someone's been working hard. They've been planning, working, hoping, praying, preparing, whatever, and it's still not worked out the way they wanted it to. And they're tired. They want to give up. They're like, I can't do it anymore. And in this 10 of Wands is like, no, keep going. There's no half stepping. You got to do this. Okay. So you got to come out fighting. And then didn't I get the King of Swords next? I said, come out fighting. That's what I'm talking about. Let me read the King of Swords. Okay. This is a person of quick decision, if I'm not mistaken. Quick, decisive action. That's what it's telling you to do. This is a tall, thin stature male, position of authority, decision, and execution. Decisive action will occur quickly. Use any position of authority to act with justice. Do not let personal desire take the place of fairness. This is quick action. This is acting quickly and decisively. Don't let things fester. You make a quick, firm decision. And you'll have to, because the Tower is coming. Something's ending. You'll have to let something go. Something is ending. This could be a relationship. This could be something you're doing in business, but it's ending. And you've got to make a firm, quick decision about it. And when you do, make sure you hold on to your assets, protect your assets. If you got to hide your money, do that, whatever, hoard what you got. Make sure you don't spend or lose anything in whatever it is you're doing. And if something is really draining you, walk away from it. Don't hold on to something that you don't need to hold on to. Walk away from it. Let it go. Let it go. Especially if there's fighting. Lord, look at them all fighting over stuff. You ain't got time for that. Walk away from that mess. And you know what, when you do, I think you're going to be found with the King of Wands, or you'll become the King of Wands, because then you got the King of Wands. See, we had the King of Swords, and now we got the King of Wands. And I'm going to read what the King of Wands is for you. That's a lucky king. It's a dominant male, good heart, old-fashioned, often married, straightforward, a strong, honest person who is not afraid to lead. This person can listen and advise wisely. This is about taking on a leadership role, not afraid to lead. You can listen, but you can lead. You're a leader. That's what that's about. And being aware of all the things around you, being aware of any deceptive things around you, being 100% honest. I mean, yeah, you might have to believe in certain things, and, there might be some fantasy afoot, but just be aware of that so that you're not deceived, or, no one pulls a wool over your eyes, so to speak. Because I really believe you're going to be moving from one point of life into another point of life. You're in the situation of massive change right now. And let me read the Six of Swords to you. And I think it's no mistake that both of these readings ended with swords. I thought that was kind of weird. They both did, I believe. Yeah, they both did. Four of Swords on the other. This one is Six of Swords on this one. So the Six of Swords, it's travel, distance, and physical separation. You have traveled or may travel soon. You may be separated by distance from a loved one. It may also indicate moving into a more positive time of your life. And I think that's the movement. I think you're moving into a more positive time of your life. Aries, as which is to me is very much indicative of the sun as your first card. Got the Ten of Wands on top of that sun. Remember, that is crossed by the Ten of Wands. It's telling me you've got a lot of hard work, but you'll have to, but when you do that hard work with that sun, you're going to win, and it's going to happen pretty quickly. All right. And when I look at the first reading, which was start off with the Ten of Pentacles, it was crossed by the Knight of Pentacles, which again is saying you're moving from one point to another, right? And then it ended with the four of swords, which is saying you can only get that pentacles by moving and taking action. Sitting there and worrying about what you don't have is not going to get you what you want. And then you came out with the sun and the Ten of Wands and the six, showing me the movement. You're going to win. You got this. Okay. All right. I just wanted to let you know. I want to thank you, Aries, for taking the time to watch this and to get a actual personalized reading with me, Aries, or any of you signs out there. You can follow me or go to astrologyalookinside.com. That's astrologyalookinside.com. Go to astrologyalookinside.com/shop and then choose the reading. I recommend like a personal reading or general reading or a future reading or anything in there like that. We even have the $15 readings and things of that nature. So there's nothing that should deter you from getting a professional reading from Astrology A Look Inside. Well, you guys, this has been my pleasure to do this tonight. I've been at this for a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and end it all. Because, you know, when I start doing the cards, I start running on at the mouth, and one half an hour turns to an hour, and you know what happens. So I'll, I'm sure I'll be back to do more readings for the other signs. So tonight we did Gemini because I forgot to do them in the other readings, and we did a special bonus reading for Aries because it's going to be Aries season any day now. All right. Much love, much light, many blessings, and I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Or Tarot Tuesday, either Tarot Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. Okay. Bye, you guys.